It's the longest, largest, and oldest bike tour in the world. Starting in 1973, Ragbrai is definitely something else.
I love spoiled milk. I drink it.
Where'd this come from? Yeah.
Because I enjoy
Wrong piece of footage. Thanks for getting that out of here. Where was I? Oh yeah. Ragbrai. It stands for Register's Annual Great Bike Ride Across Iowa. Trading for a 462-mile bike ride was less than glorious. It was tiring, hot, and it made our hair stick to our foreheads like glue. And, excuse me. Hey, bro, what is up with these random pictures in this video? Let's get back on track. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, before we knew it, it was time. Our first night of Ragbrai. Off to a great start. I don't know what that's for, but a fire truck just left the emergency station.
Yeah, that's the building right there where that light is.
Oh,
there's another one.
Another fire truck. Oh man, I wonder what's going on. We still aren't sure exactly what happened, but to my knowledge, everyone was okay. Although later that night, Josiah did get food poisoning. Anyways, we took that shuttle that you saw in the first shot to our first campsite where we would leave the following morning. And there were a lot of tents. Every night there were about this many tents set up, all sharing the same row of porta potties. And sorry for the bad videography here, but this is the expo at the beginning of the ride where you can get all kinds of biking stuff. Once we got going, it was smooth sailing. The cornfields in Iowa are beautiful to look at, which is a good thing because it's all that there was. In fact, if you had to go to the bathroom, that was where you did it. Later that day, there was an awesome slip and slide set up for us, so naturally, Josiah showed us how it's done. Until he slipped at the very end. I stopped recording like right as it happened, but this freeze frame shows right before he lost all his pride. Oh yeah! Ragbrai is a lot of this. Riding, talking to people that you've just met and might never see again, but also just taking things slow, enjoying the scenery. It's therapeutic. On Ragbrai, there's also a lot of this. We just had some delicious corn picked this morning. There's an awesome dog around here somewhere. Ragbrai is awesome.
What would you like?
So, it's the night before the Century Ride. We set up our tent. Under a street lamp. And it just turned on the night that all of us need the most sleep. And the guys outside our tent are talking about climbing up the pole and turning off a switch to get the light to shut off. It looks like the sun is on. All night long it's just going to be shining on us. But, I'll report back.
Not all heroes work.
He did it. They just climbed up to the switch. Did you guys just climb up to the switch?
Oh yeah, we did.
Awesome. They did it. We're saved. Thank you, Lord. It's the morning of the Century Ride. For the umpteenth time, I've packed my entire bag only to realize that I have no socks. It's all going smoothly until now. It's the first bad omen. Just kidding, it's gonna be great. Just have to undo this stuff real quick. This bag, I mean seriously, I don't think I could fit another thing in here. It is currently 5:25 a.m. We're about to roll. We packed up all our stuff out of the tent. And The bikes are covered in dew, but ready to rumble. 107 miles is how far we ended up going today, which was a long way. You kind of just have to get into the mood of knowing that you're going, and you're going to be going for a while, and it's okay. It also really helped that we were going east almost all day and we had a tailwind out of the west, which makes it so much easier to ride. Here we are, somewhere in the middle of Iowa. There's probably a massive sign somewhere, but I missed it. How we doing?
Pretty good. Not too bad.
We're halfway through the century, right? Over halfway? We've gone
like 54 miles, right?
57.39.
I underestimated.
It's all about managing it mentally.
Yeah.
Because like on the shorter days,
Yes, we did.
if you know that you're about to finish, it gets really hard at the end. But today we've already gone longer than yesterday, and I feel so much better.
Yeah. I wonder if that's just because it's the 4th day, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've also got a tailwind all the way, and we're going east the whole day, so the wind never really changes. We have like 8 or so miles till we eat lunch. That, or it's right up here. One of those two. One of those two. I could go forever.
I'm still pretty hungry full from this morning.
Yeah, we had all we can eat pancakes.
Those were good, let me tell you. Chris cakes, delicious.
Yeah, flat price. They let a bunch of cyclists get as much food as they want, which is crazy.
Almost a bad idea, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. You know where we are?
Patch stop.
Just for some context, the patch stop is where you get your patch to show that you've ridden the Century Day. We just rode 88.71 miles, and we're getting our patch to show that we've completed the Century. But I'm no math whiz, but 88.72 isn't 100.
You get your patch.
We have
No, not yet.
You have your orange band.
Yes. I'm glad you're checking.
I know. Only legit people.
That's good.
Woohoo! I got it. Today was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, but it was still pretty challenging. The last miles are the worst. And my stomach's upset because we're eating a lot and burning a lot of calories, which is not ideal. You think today was easier or harder than yesterday?
Yesterday? Probably harder, just longer, but like twice as much. But I mean, it feels easier.
Yeah, I mean the 76 mile, not yesterday.
Oh, yeah, easier. Easier than the 76.
What's that?
You want to go to the fish fry?
Hey, welcome to Macon, y'all. You got this. Good job. 15-minute break. We're doing it again.
You look like you're caring.
So it was super easy for most of the ride, right? I guess we got a little prideful. We burned 3,100 calories, which takes it out of you, and takes away your appetite, unfortunately. I didn't even want to eat, but we haven't eaten yet. We haven't eaten dinner.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult was the ride? It's kind of hard to rate.
But during the ride, it felt pretty easy. Right as soon as we pitched the tent, I was like, that was a 1. But during, it was like a 9. Sorry, I've got my scale backwards.
Yeah, so during the ride was like a 1 out of 10
No.
difficulty?
During the ride was like, hold up, 6, I would say.
A 6 out of 10 as far as difficulty goes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right after that, it felt like a 9.
I would agree. Yeah, it was afterwards. There's like a crash. It's like we had a biker's high,
Yeah.
especially with the tailwind
I think it's just
and the music.
stuff.
And we were hopped up on caffeine.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I think we're also nose blind at this point. I feel like our tent probably smells like a nuclear waste facility. But it smells okay to me right now. Nose blind is a good thing to have too when you're on Ragbrai.
Everything smells fresh.
Yeah. Nothing smells fresh. When we get back to Grandma and Grandpa's house, they're gonna notify us of how disgusting we truly are. Yeah, I can testify that doing laundry after this was not fun. After we got all cleaned up that day, there were some really nice fireworks for us in the evening though, and we tried to forget about how much we stunk.
So they literally just set off fireworks and Hollis just missed it. Just barely.
This low light camera's garbage.
Hey Hollis, you gonna let the train talk to you like that?
I'm absolutely not. You know what? I don't know if you guys remember or not, but I failed to get the fireworks, but they came back, so here they are. Let's go, Sentry! We did it, boys. We did it. With the Sentry Day completed, there is still lots more fun to have. One of the coolest things that we saw on the ride was the grotto. Mostly one man built this entire structure out of rocks from all over the country to honor God. It's full of really cool illustrations from the Bible. Just take a look at it for yourself. This was our 5th day on the ride, and after this lovely stretch of road you see here with a massive headwind, it was time to head to Mr. Porkchop. Mr. Porkchop is a vendor that everyone has to stop at eventually. It's a rule for the ride. No, I'm just kidding. But almost everyone does, because it's awesome. They have this really cool pink school bus and live music. And Josiah's enjoying it quite a bit. Here's the awesome school bus that we signed. It looks like a rolling pig. And there we are, the Mississippi Mayhem team. You know the drill by now, we gotta keep on moving. This is our 6th day of the ride, and I don't have a whole lot of footage, but we did stop in some pretty cool towns. We just got back from the ride on the 6th day, and the moment Josiah set his stuff down, he fell asleep on top of his luggage. Just barely out of the way for me to set my stuff up, so that's good. It's the morning of the last day. We have 65 miles and more than 3,000 feet of climbing. But when we get there, we'll be done, and we get to dip our tires in the river. How are you feeling?
Tired.
Yep. That pretty much sums up the week. There's the river! All the way across the state. We're about to dip our wheels.
Which side you on, buddy?
Woo! Thank you guys! How's it feel to be back here again, young man?
Just happy I'm not spewing my guts this time.
Woo! Here's the dip site.
Not really a dip site.
Oh, we can make it work.
You just throw it.
Oh, it's like a shore. You can just walk around everywhere.
Oh yeah. All the way here. Now that we had finally done it, ridden our bikes all the way across the state of Iowa, we had to get back home, which actually was not the easiest part of this trip.
Okay.
Ooh, this is...
Oh! Whoa!
Hold on.
Just a little more tight for us.
Yeah!
That guy did.
Yeah! And I got some airflow. Feels good. Feels good. Oh! Feels...
So, the magnificence that you see before you is the shuttle that we took back after we got back from the ride. And we had this entire school bus, but only like 10 people could fit on it because everyone had to bring their bikes onto this bus. It was just insane. As you can see, it was really chaotic. Well, we made it back. We made it back and the van started. How's it feel?
Relieving.
Would you
not a
say?
word. Huh?
Would you say that Ragbrai is virtually the best?
It is virtually the best. In fact, I think it is the best, not just virtually.
It's the biggest, longest, bestest, oldest organized bike tour in the world.
Messiest too at the end.
Yeah.
That car sings.
That was a great ride. I'm glad it's over though. I'm glad that we're heading back.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a bed once again.
I wish I could see where the camera is. I have no idea if it's getting my whole face or Josiah's face. Or both of us.
We'll see.
At all. Is that better?
All right, fellas, let's put those bags on.
Yes, sir. U-Haul.
Because you haul it.
Yeah. This is what you call a nightmare. This is so congested, it's insane. Get off the road! Ah, Ragbrai. It was such a great trip. There were definitely ups and downs, but I think that we'll only remember the ups. It's an experience that, given the chance, everyone should try to have. All three of us had an amazing time. We'll see you next year. Yeah, so I've been trying to work on getting a turkey baster to fix my bike spokes, but when I arrived at the popcorn truck, they didn't have any peanuts left. So I ended up having to actually take the alternate route to Louisiana. So I encountered the sunglasses monster the other day, but he said he was out of siding for my shed, so I ended up having to use his shovel to remove all the asphalt from the church parking lot anyway.
Yeah, but that one made sense. You gotta do one that doesn't make sense.
That one didn't make any sense at all.
You got a shovel to shovel the asphalt out of a parking lot. You get these nouns that have no correlation at all together.
Okay, I'll do better. I'll do better.